Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. Get my hipster on. It's about as hipster as it gets, man. Sitting here, about to review a book with my sweater on and my beret. And these things are for old men. I guess I'm an old man. Without further ado, Out of the Silent Planet. This book, I'm going to focus it in so you can see the cover right there. This book was published in 1960, what did it say, 1965? Let's look at this. It's published by the Macmillan Paperbacks edition in 1965. This is a science fiction novel by the author C.S. Lewis. Now, it has a note at the beginning that says, certain slighting references to earlier stories of this type, which will be found in the following pages, have been put there for purely dramatic purposes. The author would be sorry if any reader supposed he was too stupid to have enjoyed Mr. H.G. Wells' fantasies, or too ungrateful to acknowledge his debt to them. And that's C.S. Lewis speaking. Now, a brief synopsis of this book would be: a philologist by the name of Ransom is taken by two devious men, Weston and Devine, who take him by force to Malcandra, a foreign planet. And this planet turns out is in our galaxy. Turns out this is Mars. And he discovers this after a few altercations. This is the very first book in the Space Trilogy. C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy is one of the most unique science fiction sets of science fiction novels that I've ever read. I have not yet finished the third entry into this book series, which is called That Hades Strength. The middle book is Perelandra. So far, I've enjoyed the last half of Out of the Silent Planet about equally. It's about on par with Perelandra. Now, this book does a great job with archetypes, religious archetypes, exploring the religiosity of humankind and of ambition, scientific ambition. And it also explores linguistics. I was on a site recently that drew some comparisons. It did not suggest that there is any kind of plagiarism involved, but it did suggest some slight borrowing from this space trilogy to the movie Arrival. There are similarities between this book and Arrival. There are also similarities between Perelandra and the movie Avatar from 2009 that broke all kinds of records. Now, this book series, so far to me, it's about communication, and it's about religious stories. It's about the Garden of Eden. It's about how visiting another culture, in this case a very, very distant culture on an entirely different planet, can change your outlook on the world, and maybe augment your outlook on the world. We see things now through the lenses and through the glasses of human through our human frame of reference. That's how we see things, day in and day out. And this book flips that on its end and tells you, you know, there are other worlds out there. There are even other civilizations. It's very possible that before our world came into being, that there were other sophisticated civilizations. So Ransom is a philologist, and he develops a way to communicate with these natives on Malacandra, Mars, similarly to the way Amy Adams communicated with the cephalopods, I think they called them in Arrival. This book certainly delves into an exploration of the human mind, of how people communicate. I'm really interested in linguistics and communication theory and all of that, and Ransom, as a philologist, dissects these aspects of our culture that are deeply embedded in how we think. They're very, very intrinsic to our world, and there's something very human about all language contained within Earth. So it follows then that someday there may have to be a bridge between civilizations on two different worlds. My next review will be for Perelandra, which is the middle book in this series. This is my first book review. I haven't done this before, so I hope you enjoy it. I really enjoyed this book. It's a retro classic, and I would suggest that you check it out. It's only 160 pages long, 22 chapters. Those are very short chapters, by the way. Take a visit to Malacandra, and you'll thank me. C.S. Lewis is one of the greatest writers, along with J.R. Tolkien. One of the greatest fantasy writers of the last 100 years. So check this book out. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. We'll see what I come up with, if I can come up with a more clever rating system than that. But alright, until next time, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, more movie reviews. I do lots of things. Alright, thank you.